Is this what you've been seeing from James in practices in the lead up to this?
Yeah, James has had a really good few days of practice. Just his understanding of spacing and defensive communication, being in the right place. He just has a much better sense of the NBA game now than he did when he was playing a couple of years ago, and for good reason. I mean, he's been putting a ton of work in, and obviously last year, despite the injury, he was studying and watching tape and learning from our older guys. So couldn't be happier for James. He's just done such a good job, put in so much work, and to see him rewarded in the.
I've been watching you since the Bulls days, but basketball itself is evolving and evolving. How do you see basketball turning out in the near future?
First of all, thank you, arigato. It's beautiful to be here. We love coming to Japan.
Thank you.
This is my third trip here, and I love coming to this country and to the city. So we're enjoying our stay here. The game has really evolved since I played, mostly in terms of spacing and three-point shooting. The players are just getting more and more skilled every year, and it's a fast game with a ton of shooting, and I'm glad I played 20 years ago and not today.
Steve, on the right side of the wall to Kendra.
Hi, Steve. Kendra Andrews, ESPN. Just what did you think of the atmosphere tonight, first experience playing in Tokyo? I know when it was the Olympics, there were no fans in this building. How was the reception?
It was beautiful out there. I mean, every seat was packed. The crowd was so into it. Before the game, just when the players went out onto the floor and just seeing all the flash bulbs and seeing people so excited. It was a great moment. I mean, it's a really massive arena, and like I said, every seat was filled, so it was a really good atmosphere.
Second row on the left.
Hey, Coach. Zach Ikema from Washington Wizards. Seeing the love Rui Hachimura received from the crowd today, what kind of impact do you think he can have on basketball in Japan going forward?
Well, you see how popular he is. When he spoke to the crowd, they went crazy, and it was a great moment. I think the game has been a global one for a long time, but the more international stars we can get, the more popular the game becomes in that particular player's country. So hopefully we'll have more and more players coming from Japan to the NBA, because this is you can see it's a basketball crazed country. People love it here, and it's fun to be a part of.
Second row on the right.
Hey, Steve, what did you think of the game overall as a start to preseason?
Well, it looked like a game where both teams had 3 or 4 practices. It's a typical first game of the preseason. We shot 7 for 26 from 3. They shot 6 for 36. The players don't have their legs underneath them yet, but there was a lot of good stuff that happened for us. I was really pleased with the effort, the communication, and we saw some really good performances from a few of our guys. I thought James was kind of the player of the game, but Dante DiVincenzo is really going to be a nice addition. He just fits our style so well, and Jermichael too. Just to see him out there with our guys, it's just fun to see the new additions and the return of James. So that was, to me, what tonight was about.
Front row to Madeline.
Moses Moody was the first guy off the bench with Jordan Poole in the starting lineup. Just what did you think of Moses' performance tonight?
Love Moses. He got into early foul trouble. Wasn't his best night, but he just understands the game, spaces the floor, defends hard, competes every second. I loved his defensive effort in the first half when he forced the loose ball guarding Brad Beal and dove on the floor and got the jump ball. So Moses is going to be a real factor for us this year.
Thank you, Steve.